All right, so I want to take you inside a really important meeting that just happened. We're talking about the Lake County K-12 Tech Forum, where some of the sharpest minds in education technology came together. Their mission basically was to cut through all the noise and get real about the biggest challenges facing our schools right now. So we're going to break down exactly what they found, what it all means, and maybe most importantly, where they're headed next. Let's get into it.
So, what does happen when you get a group like that in one room? Well, you get a raw, unfiltered look at the real, boots-on-the-ground problems facing school districts. This wasn't just another meeting, believe me. It was more like a strategic summit for the people on the absolute front lines of K-12 tech.
And the brain trust in the room was pretty impressive, about 27 leaders in total. We're talking about everyone from the high-level visionaries, the directors and CTOs, all the way to the specialists deep in the trenches, the data managers, the network admins, and the tech support folks who really keep the lights on every single day. But, this meeting had a much deeper purpose. Think about it. The K-12 tech space is, well, it's crowded. You've got all these voices, right? You've got state groups like the LTC and IETL, national ones like COSN, not to mention a million different conferences. So the big underlying question for this forum was, okay, where do we fit in? What's our unique role here? How can we offer something that's actually tangibly valuable that these other groups aren't?
So, here's how they decided to tackle that. They started at the crossroads, then dove into the daily digital fires. After that, they looked out at the tech horizon before finally focusing on how to forge solutions and find a unified path forward. Let's start with those fires.
Okay, first up, the conversation jumped right into the deep end, focusing on the immediate day-to-day battles that everybody in that room is facing.
And to get right to the heart of it, they broke everyone out into their core groups, the tech directors, the system admins, and the data managers, and asked them all this one super direct question: what's on fire right now? Seriously, what is keeping you up at night?
And wow, the answers came back loud and clear. It turns out they're fighting a two-front war. On one side, you have these relentless digital threats, phishing attacks, staff accounts getting taken over, and these really painful MFA rollouts. Then on the other side, the physical stuff is literally crumbling. We're talking aging intercom systems, end-of-life hardware, and a whole flood of new unsecured Internet of Things devices popping up everywhere.
The data managers also brought up this huge problem that's kind of hiding in plain sight: shadow IT. Just picture it. A teacher finds a cool new reading app, totally well-meaning, and has their whole class sign up. It seems harmless, right? But now all of that student data is living on some random, unvetted server, creating a security and privacy nightmare that the tech department doesn't even know exists. And get this, for a totally different kind of challenge, just getting parents involved. We heard from leaders in some districts that, wait for it, fewer than 20% of parents are actually logging into the official student information systems. Let that sink in. The result? Schools are literally going back to stuffing paper flyers into kids' backpacks. I mean, can you believe it? We have all this incredible technology at our fingertips, and yet the most basic communication loop, it's just broken.
So, you've got these immediate fires that demand constant attention, day in and day out. But the group knew that just playing firefighter is a losing game. You have to look ahead. You have to see the bigger storms brewing on the horizon.
And that led perfectly into the second part of their discussion. What are the big, future-focused pressures that need planning today if you want to avoid a crisis tomorrow? So the next question for the group was pretty simple. Okay, look past this year's fires for a minute. What are the big waves, the major trends you see coming that you absolutely have to start preparing for now? And, no surprise here, one topic just completely dominated the conversation: artificial intelligence. The huge debate for every district is basically, do we integrate AI or do we block it? And either path is a massive, massive undertaking. But the concerns go even deeper. Leaders are really worried about how AI is going to impact critical thinking, and they see this urgent, desperate need for good training for staff, for students, and for parents too. Beyond just AI, the group identified this problem that I think you could call the squeeze. On the technical side, you've got crucial systems that just don't talk to each other, and state mandates that are always changing. And then on the financial side, software subscription costs are just exploding, while trying to lock down long-term funding is a constant battle. It really is a dual pressure cooker. So, they've identified the fires of today and the storms of tomorrow. But the meeting didn't just end with a big list of problems. The final, and honestly the most important part of the day, was about forging real, actual solutions.
And this was the final prompt that really shifted the whole focus from problems to action. How could they, as the K-12 tech forum, use their collective power to actually solve these issues instead of just, talking about them again and again? And their answer was this powerful 4-point action plan. First, stop working in silos. Start sharing knowledge through really targeted, peer-led sessions. Second, centralize resources for things like state purchasing and vendor management. And third, launch specific working groups to tackle the toughest, role-based challenges together.
And this wasn't just talk either. The requests got super specific, really fast. The data managers, for example, they knew exactly what they needed. They want dedicated sessions on their shared student information systems, on data integration, and on finding way better translation tools for their communities. Now that is what targeted, practical collaboration really looks like.
So, what does this all add up to? After all of that discussion, what was the ultimate takeaway from this incredible gathering of minds? This powerful line from the meeting's summary really says it all. The big takeaway is that no single district should have to face these monumental challenges alone. The real goal is to move forward not as a bunch of separate islands, but as a truly unified and supportive professional community. And that really leaves us with a final, crucial question to think about. In this era of insane, rapid change, with global tech trends coming at us a mile a minute, is this kind of focused, local, and supportive collaboration the real key to navigating the future of education? Something to think about.